Ever wonder about the journey your food takes before it reaches your plate? Welcome to Class Bites! Today we're diving deep into the diverse world of farming systems that shape our planet's food story. The story of our food is a sprawling epic, a narrative woven into the very fabric of the Earth's surface. It begins in the soil and sunshine of countless fields and pastures, each managed under a particular farming system that reflects a unique relationship between people, land, and livelihood. These systems are the foundational chapters, determining not just what is grown, but how and for whom. At one end of the spectrum lies subsistence farming, a practice as old as settled civilization itself. Here, the scale is intimate, centered on the family or a small community. Farmers cultivate a small plot, often using simple tools and their own labor, with the primary goal of feeding themselves. Their survival is tied directly to the success of their harvest. This approach, born of necessity, is characterized by a deep connection to the land and its natural rhythms. In stark contrast stands commercial farming, the engine of the modern global food market. Its purpose is not immediate survival, but profit, producing crops and livestock in vast quantities for sale. This system is defined by its immense scale, reliance on machinery, and significant capital investment. Where the subsistence farmer works to fill a family larder, the commercial farmer manages a complex business, aiming to maximize yield and efficiency to meet market demand. Between these two poles exist a multitude of other systems. Pastoralism, for instance, is a way of life built around herding animals across large tracts of land, often in arid or mountainous regions where cropping is unfeasible. Shifting cultivation, another ancient method, involves clearing and farming a plot for a few seasons before leaving it fallow to regenerate, a cyclical process that relies on extensive land availability. These diverse farming systems are the first link in a long and intricate chain that connects the producer to the consumer. Once food leaves the farm, it enters the sprawling, complex network of global food distribution. This is the journey from the field to the fork, a worldwide web of transportation, storage, processing, and retail. The modern food supply chain is a marvel of logistics, enabling a consumer in a temperate climate to enjoy tropical fruits in the middle of winter. This system relies on a sophisticated infrastructure of roads, ports, refrigerated containers, and warehouses to move perishable goods across continents and oceans. However, this global reach comes with challenges. The distance food travels, often referred to as food miles, contributes to carbon emissions, while the complexity of the chain can lead to significant food loss and waste at various stages of transit and storage. The efficiency of these distribution networks is paramount. A disruption in one part of the world, whether due to poor infrastructure, political instability, or a natural disaster, can have ripple effects across the globe, impacting availability and price in distant markets. The geography of crops is the grand tapestry upon which these systems of production and distribution are embroidered. The world's agricultural map is not uniform. It is a mosaic dictated by climate, soil, water availability, and terrain. Specific crops thrive in specific places, creating distinct agricultural belts across the planet. Rice, a staple for more than half the world's population, flourishes in the warm, wet conditions of monsoon Asia, with nations like China and India being dominant producers. Wheat, more tolerant of cooler, drier climates, blankets the Great Plains of North America and vast stretches of Eurasia. Maize, or corn, another global staple, has its origins in the Americas but is now cultivated worldwide in suitable climates. The location of these core production zones is fundamental, influencing global trade patterns and the strategic flow of food. Climate, in particular, is the master architect of this geography. Temperature, rainfall, and the length of the growing season are the primary factors that determine whether a region can support the cultivation of wheat, rice, coffee, or cotton. As weather patterns shift, so too will the suitability of these traditional crop-growing regions, posing a significant challenge to future production. Ultimately, these threads of farming systems, distribution networks, and crop geography all converge on the critical issue of global food security. Food security, in its simplest terms, means that all people, at all times, have reliable access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food. This concept rests on four essential pillars: availability, which relates to the supply of food; access, which concerns a household's ability to obtain it; utilization, which is about the nutritional value and its proper use by the body; and stability, which ensures access to adequate food over the long term. Achieving this state of security is one of humanity's greatest challenges. The world produces enough food to feed everyone, yet hundreds of millions remain hungry. The reasons for this paradox are complex and deeply intertwined. Poverty and economic inequality limit people's ability to afford food, even when it is available. Political instability and conflict can shatter production and distribution systems overnight. Furthermore, environmental degradation, water scarcity, and the profound impacts of climate change threaten the very foundations of our agricultural systems, jeopardizing future harvests and exacerbating the vulnerability of millions. Ensuring a well-fed world requires more than just growing more food. It demands the creation of resilient and equitable systems that connect the farmer's field to every person's plate, sustainably and securely, for generations to come. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts or next video ideas.